Welcome to the Last Mile Tech Channel, where we explore the future of urban transport. From low emission to personal electric vehicles, the way we get around is changing, and we're here to cover the revolution.
We're hoping this deeper dive into the Ninebot Segway Kickscooter Max can answer some questions that someone looking to buy the scooter might be asking themselves. First up in the box, the scooter, some documentation, a charging cable, a pneumatic tire valve extension thingy, and an Allen key tool for attaching the handlebars to the steering stem. That's it. The company actually had a few production delays, so we had to wait even longer, foregoing a end of July delivery for an end of September one. As a consolation, Ninebot added new puncture-resistant tires and a unique Indiegogo contributor box that the scooter was shipped in. A box, might we add, that was quickly thrown in the recycling bin. Alright, let's dive into the Ninebot Kickscooter Max specs. Try to say that 9 times in a row. 45.9 inches in height, 18.6 inches in width, and 47.4 inches in length. Can support a 220-pound rider. The scooter itself weighs about 41.2 pounds and can go about 18.6 miles per hour here in the United States. Up a 15% grade, and it has IPX5 weather protection for the external components, IPX7 weather protection for the core components. You can charge this thing in about 6 hours. The motor is a 350-watt hub motor located in the rear wheel, a regenerative rear brake, a front hub brake, and 10-inch pneumatic tires. From the outset, the scooter doesn't look any different than the typical Lime Bird-style ride-sharing scooters that are littering the streets of major cities everywhere. In fact, Xiaomi, the maker of the popular M365 scooter that is a staple of the Lime ecosystem, was given some design cues with the help of engineers at Ninebot. The two companies still operate under their own brands, but operate under a strategic alliance after Xiaomi helped Ninebot acquire Segway with a multi-million-dollar investment. So the design architecture here remains the same. 2 wheels, a rider platform, a steering column, handlebars, and the associated controls that go along with operating a powered scooter, throttle control, and a handbrake. The scooter features rear and front wheel fairings, integrated headlight and brake lights, reflectors positioned on the sides, and a discrete bell to alert simple-minded pedestrians of your intent to pass. The rest of the exterior is pretty unassuming. It has the typical folding steering stem for easy transportation. The mechanism is quite simple to operate. Simply raise the bars to the upright position, push down on the locking handle, and rotate the integrated collar lock to hold the handle in place. There's a door that covers the charging ports with a rubber seal that helps give the scooter its IPX5 weather protection rating. This rating is not waterproof, but protected against low-pressure jets of directed water from any angle. Again, not waterproof, so avoid water where possible. The scooter also comes with an integrated kickstand. It should be mentioned here, the manuals that come with this scooter are pretty pointless. They spend a whole lot of time telling you how to get your first ride in and what not to do with an electric scooter, but after going over them to find some in-depth information regarding how to operate the scooter, there is hardly enough there to call it a user's manual. The scooter was not designed to be operated without the use of the Ninebot app. First, the scooter cannot be run to full performance speeds without it being activated. Without activation, you're stuck in eco mode with a max speed of 6 miles per hour. Once activated, the app gives you more pertinent information than the manuals do. It's from inside the app that you learn that a quick double press of the main button on the scooter changes modes, a short long press activates the headlight, and a longer press turns the scooter off and on. That's pretty much it for what the button can do on the dash. The app gives you some rider tutorials as well and allows you to lock the scooter. There are some social features as well, allowing you to connect with other local riders if that's what you're into. The dash is pretty straightforward and simple. It features all the things you'd assume it would: a speedometer, battery charge level indicator, and an indication of one of the 3 rider modes that you're in: Eco, Drive, and Sport. Eco is the economic model with a maximum speed of 10 kilometers per hour or 6.2 miles per hour. D is the standard drive mode with a maximum speed of 20 kilometers per hour or 12.4 miles per hour. And S is the sport mode with a maximum speed of up to 25 to 30 kilometers per hour, 15.5 or 18.6 miles per hour, depending on the country you're in. The dash also has a Bluetooth indicator to let you know you're connected to your smartphone, as well as indicators that let you know the light is on, a light for overheating, and a light for vehicle errors. One neat feature that the app allows you to lock or unlock is cruise control. When you unlock this feature, if you set and hold the throttle lever with your thumb for 5 seconds, the scooter will go into cruise mode and maintain that throttle setting without requiring any further input from the rider. To cancel cruise, simply touch the throttle again or apply some brake pressure. The scooter came about 60% charged, so we threw it on the charger and gave her a full charge before doing any testing. According to the website, the scooter will fully charge utilizing the onboard charger in 6 hours. The charger is now integrated into the body of the scooter, so now you only need to bring a charging cable with you and not the large charging block. Of course, Ninebot wants to tell you that this scooter has a 40-mile range, but this is more than likely in eco mode, going 6 miles per hour over flat terrain with a 150-pound rider. Let's put me, a 200-pound dude, on this scooter, going over some varying terrain in sport mode, and put that range to the test. Well, I was able to go 9.6 miles and still have 60% battery remaining. If I'm doing my math correctly, that's about a range of 24 miles before I run out of juice. Not bad considering we know all of these manufacturers are using the least stringent testing methods to overinflate their range numbers to make their products more appealing to the consumer. Actually, digging through the unorganized slathering of information on the Indiegogo page for the scooter, you'll actually see that Ninebot says this range was achieved with a 165-pound rider going an average speed of 9.3 miles per hour. For all practical purposes, the Ninebot Kickscooter Max is just an evolution to the M365. More range and a little more power. It enhances the performance with a 350-watt hub motor versus the Mi's 250-watt motor and puts that motor in the rear wheel, effectively giving the scooter better control by taking the squirreliness out of the front wheel. There's certainly more battery here, which unfortunately adds to the weight. The Max comes in at 42 pounds versus the Mi's 27. Now, this weight makes it a bit cumbersome for bringing with you on the bus or train, but this could be adding to the scooter's more planted feel on the road. There's still no suspension here. The addition of pneumatic tires helps quite a bit, but you can still feel every minor bump you go over. With the proliferation in the major metro areas of sharing models like Lime, Wheels, and Bird, owning a personal scooter is a value proposition that may be hard for some to justify. How much money do you spend on these services annually? Is ownership worth the hassle of carting a personal scooter around with you versus picking a rideshare one up on the street and leaving it where you want? When you own it, you have to store it, maintain it, and protect it. What kind of commuting are you doing? From home to the office direct, or are there other providers in between, such as a bus or train? What's your riding environment like? Rural, urban, dense city, or sparsely populated? Of course, we aren't taking into account any legislation that might limit these ride-sharing companies' further proliferation. Case in point, Nevada, the state where we are, has been a holdout with regards to allowing shareable scooter companies to drop their scooters on every street corner while they watch other cities iron out the creases. Currently, the Kickscooter Max is going for $7.99 on the Ninebot website. At this price, we'd rate the scooter a buy. There are other scooters on the market, but none that are direct competitors that do it much better. Ride quality. 3. The ride quality of the Kickscooter Max is just a little bit better than okay. It's acceptable. Whereas scooters without pneumatic tires are a downright displeasure to ride, the Kickscooter Max does a good job of handling the little bumps by adding air-filled tires and foregoing the addition of suspension, with the end goal of making a more affordable scooter. Range. 4. With the claimed 40 miles of range on a single charge, the Kickscooter Max is currently at the top of the heap in its class of scooter. It beats the Boosted Rev, the Xiaomi, and models in its own company's catalog. Even though we are seriously impressed with the range, we give it a 4 because we believe that with current tech, more could be squeezed into an electric scooter, and we're looking forward to what the next iteration can bring. Performance. 3. The scooter has a nice 350-watt motor, but there's not a ton of acceleration here. Compared with other offerings, the acceleration is pedestrian at best. If you're anything like me, you're going to hit that top speed and wish it had just a little bit more oomph. But hey, that's what they make other scooters for. Climbing the hills is pretty efficient, but it still lacks the torque to maintain its advertised top speed. Scooters with dual motors definitely have the performance edge. The lack of a disc brake also gives the scooter a hit here. The hub brake is useful, but soft. Construction. 4. Aviation aluminum grade frame, integrated headlights, taillights, integrated kickstand, bright LED display. The Kickscooter Max is a well-machined product. No complaints in the build department. It's built with a purpose. It's not a heavy-duty purpose, but it's a respectable build. Tech. 3. There's nothing entirely impressive here. The product is utilitarian. Like we said earlier, it's evolutionary, not revolutionary. The good thing is, electric scooters of this particular type, let's say the in-town casual commuter type, are starting to see their pricing come more in line with what one would expect them to be. Therefore, the purchase justification may be there for some folks. And while the Kickscooter Max isn't the most high-performance scooter on the market, nor is it one of the lightest, it hits that sweet spot between cost, performance, and usability that I think appeals to most casual users out there. Bring it with you to the beach, or on vacation around the RV park, or take it to work from your apartment to your office in Manhattan. It can do all of those things pretty darn good. That's it for us this week on the Last Mile Tech channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and as always, don't forget to wear your helmet and other safety gear. Don't become a statistic, regulate yourself, and ride safely.